Welcome to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 202. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Review of 182. I will be still an instant and go home. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong, when God Himself has given me His voice to call me home? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. So these review lessons are short and sweet, and then we're asked to give the 15 minutes of contemplation, stillness in the morning and in the evening, reflecting on these ideas, and also once an hour or as often as possible. If you can't do once an hour, do whatever you feel you can offer today. Anything that is given is magnified and returned. That's what the workbook promises. So let's discuss this main theme for a moment. I am not a body, I am free. And why would the workbook for students not encourage body identification? In my experience, it's because it's not true that you're a body. You have a body, but that is not your primary identity. And you are free. This idea of being sovereign, of being a sovereign being who has made choices and is making choices, is really frightening for some. There have been times in my life where I preferred a victim mentality because then I didn't have to be self-accountable. But a workbook for students really helps us to accept our true nature, to not be afraid of liberation, to not be afraid of sovereignty. Because it's through that, accepting that we are creating the dream that we're in, or the nightmare, that we find our release as we make a different choice. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong? Staying in the nightmare, staying in fear, staying in a frequency or a situation of anger, hatred, grievance, anything that is honestly beneath you as a son of God. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have human experiences and we're not going to grieve and we're not going to have to come to terms with trauma, things that have happened to us. I don't believe that a workbook for students is asking us to spiritually bypass our human reality. But we also don't need to dwell there. We don't need to stay prisoner in these grievances. We can let them go and accept our true birthright, which is joy, peace, love, happiness. That is your birthright. I will be still an instant and go home. I love that line. Because truly it only takes an instant of deep inner stillness to return home. To your heart, to the truth of who you are. And then we realize we're not trying to go out there to find our home. The kingdom of heaven is within. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you tomorrow for lesson 203.